Now on Good Morning Northwest, 3 active fires burning around Spokane, from forced evacuations to helicopter water drops. We are tracking the latest developments.
And strong winds today mean more fire danger and another weather alert day. What you know, need to stay safe this afternoon.
From deadly ambush to a community tribute, the Canfield Mountain area reopens as preparations begin for memorial services honoring 2 fallen firefighters. How you can take part. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, July 9th. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray. Look at that first alert forecast. Another day to be very aware when it comes to fire weather.
That is correct. It is another weather alert day. Fire weather warnings continue for eastern Washington and the Idaho Palouse through the day today, well into the evening. Today, it is more about the wind than the heat. It's still hot, just not nearly as hot as it was yesterday. Not expecting much of any triple digits, which we saw in central Washington. Winds are pretty calm right now, but as a dry cold front approaches this afternoon, and that's the key word, dry, that means that we are going to see much stronger winds. We'll also see the winds begin to shift from out of the southwest to out of the northwest. Wind shifts are a huge problem for firefighters. So there's multiple challenges here, not just the wind shift, but also how strong these winds are. Look at these areas, especially around Lincoln County, Grant County, into Douglas County. We're talking about gusts that could be as high as 40 miles an hour coming across the flatlands and the scablands there. We're talking about gusts into the 30s around Spokane, gusts well into the 20s for the Coeur d'Alene area. Gusts in that 30-40 mile an hour range, as well as around Asotin County and then into the LC Valley area. Regardless, it is still going to be windy. It is still going to be hot no matter where you are. And it is another day where things could get out of hand quickly if we start an accidental spark. That's why those fire weather warnings are in place. Why we have today as another weather alert day. These warnings, by the way, go through 8 p.m. We'll talk more about what you can expect as those winds pick up here in a few minutes.
All right, Matt, thank you. New on Good Morning Northwest, a woman drove her car off a cliff in Okanogan County and died. According to Washington State Patrol, 62-year-old Tamara Herring was traveling west on State Route 20 near Liberty Bell Mountain yesterday afternoon. Her car left the road, continued off the cliff, tumbled 450 feet below the road, and caught fire. She died at the scene. WSP is trying to figure out what caused her to crash. Our Fire Watch coverage is following developments in several fires burning around the area. On the banks of the Spokane River near Spokane Falls Community College, fire forced people from their homes and workplaces yesterday.
Take a look. According to the Spokane Fire, at least 4 brush fires started around 2:30 in the afternoon. Firefighters believe they were deliberately set. Fire District 10, DNR, and Spokane Police all assisted with the firefight and the investigation. This fire presented all kinds of challenges for our firefighters. Fire crews ended up using a helicopter to scoop water out of the Spokane River to assist the crews fighting the fire on the ground.
We have a number of homes and different apartments back there, and that's why we put those evacuation notices in play. But it looks like we were able to get a stop on that before a lot of those homes got threatened, and so just goes back to great teamwork and getting on this thing.
That's some good news there. Now, all evacuation orders were lifted by 5:20 last night. Crews plan to be on the scene mopping up overnight.
We are following breaking news of the Hope Fire in Stevens County near Kettle Falls. New assessments show it has grown to 3,200 acres. That's about 5 square miles. It first sparked around 1:15 yesterday afternoon. Take a look. The map, you can see where the fire is actually burning is just north of Kettle Falls. Now, it is close enough to homes that people living there are under level 2 and 3 evacuations. And some are being told to leave at a moment's notice, while others are being told to get out now. Yesterday evening around 6:15, state fire assistance was brought in to help local crews. And with today's weather, crews are facing some real challenges. There is a red flag warning in effect due to the heat and gusty winds. These conditions could make the fire spread even faster. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but we're staying on top of it and bring you updates as it comes in. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Now, we can also tell you that all evacuation orders have now been lifted for the Aubrey White fire that's been burning in Riverside State Park since Sunday. Washington State Park officials will assess some of the damage caused by the fire before determining next steps for that area. Access between the Morin and Wilbur trailheads still remains closed. The campground at the equestrian area will also remain closed until at least tomorrow, but the campground at Bull and Pitcher has now reopened. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
The U.S. Forest Service says the Canfield Mountain area is back open after a man set wildfire to ambush firefighters. The Forest Service says that while the Nettleton Gulch fire near Coeur d'Alene is fully contained, firefighters will still be in the area working on suppression. During that ambush, 2 firefighters died. Another was critically injured.
John Morrison and Frank Harwood's celebrations of life will be later this week. And while they will be closed to the public, the community can still get involved. If you'd like to honor these fallen heroes, you can line the procession route. The first starts at 10 o'clock Thursday morning, leaving the English Funeral Home. It will travel south on 3rd Street, east on Sherman Avenue, and then continue south on Coeur d'Alene Lake Drive to the ceremony location. Thursday's procession will honor John Morrison, and Fridays will be for Frank Harwood. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:06.
And we are taking a look at some critical fire weather that's really impacting the whole area.
Yeah, impacting the entire area. Everybody just needs to make sure we're doing the good things we did yesterday and remaining very careful. This morning after that heat, boy, it feels really warm out there, but we won't be as warm this afternoon. Your forecast coming up.
Also coming up, more people are missing than previously thought in devastating Texas floods. We are tracking the newest on the search for them.
And more work is underway on a troublesome Spokane Valley roundabout. Just ahead, what crews are doing to it and the deadline to get it done.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, where winning is just the beginning.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
You're busy, so at Car Wash Plaza, we're open 24/7 to match your schedule. Plus, we have safety surveillance lights and security cameras throughout the facility. It's easy with multiple payment options, cash, debit, or credit. There's even more reasons to visit our Car Wash Plaza. Our discount cars ensure major savings, and they're good at all our locations.
Car Wash Plaza, it's the best in the Northwest.
Comfort and peace. When a loved one is in need of end-of-life care, it's more than care. It's warmth and dignity in the face of advanced illness. Courage binds us all. The courage in facing a terminal illness together. Our care team have dedicated their lives to alleviating pain, discomfort, and providing licensed around-the-clock medical attention. We are Hospice of North Idaho, and we are honored to care for your loved one.
Stop Bugging Me Pest Control. This summer, don't let stinging insects ruin your outdoor fun. Wasps, hornets, get rid of those stinging pests. Call Stop Bugging Me Pest Control and leave everything to us.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell and Hill. The advice is free.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Your time is 6:09. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Rescue workers in Texas now say far more people are missing than previously thought in those deadly July 4th floods.
President Trump plans to visit Texas on Friday. Other officials who have flown over the flood zone have described it as miles and miles of devastation. And in that devastation, 173 people are still missing. Texas Governor Abbott promising every missing person will be accounted for. He says he believes the surge in the numbers is because the people missing is largely due to the holiday weekend and people staying in the area without needing to register at a camp or a hotel.
More flooding this morning, this time in New Mexico, where monsoon rains triggered dangerous flash flooding in an area stripped of vegetation by recent wildfires. The National Weather Service issued flood warnings, and officials urged people to seek higher ground as the waters of the Rio Ruidoso rose nearly 19 feet in a matter of minutes. First responders carried out at least 85 swiftwater rescues, helping many people who are trapped inside their homes and cars. At least 3 people are missing there.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth under fire this morning. According to 5 sources, he did not inform the White House before authorizing a pause on weapons shipments to Ukraine last week. It's the second time he has halted the flow of U.S. weapons to Ukraine, catching senior national security officials off guard. Shortly after learning about the pause, President Trump told Hegseth to restart the shipments and send more defensive weapons. In recent weeks, Russia has intensified its nearly nightly air attacks.
Elon Musk's XAI chatbot Grok is pushing anti-Semitic tropes in its responses to some users. On Tuesday, it connected several anti-Semitic tropes to an account it identified as being Ashkenazi Jewish. That account stirred controversy with offensive comments posted online about the victims of the recent Texas floods. In an X post, people behind the Grok account say they are, quote, actively working to remove the inappropriate posts. So far, no word yet from representatives from Musk on the post, but the ex-owner has said he would rebuild the chatbot because he was unsatisfied with some of its replies that he viewed as too politically correct.
Takeaways today in your forecast. Strong winds, more fire danger because of those strong winds, and another weather alert day. We will be much calmer and cooler, too, tomorrow.
Well, crews are back at work on a Spokane Valley roundabout that's been causing headaches for many who live near it. The city installed the original roundabout at 16th and Bowdish back in October. Since then, those who live by say that fender benders have become a regular occurrence, with drivers speeding through that intersection. Now, several improvements have been made to the roundabout since it went in, but many feel hopeful that this one will make the roundabout safer.
We've made the decision to expand the roundabout inner circle and to change the width and the angle of the entrance angles to get that slowed down driver behavior that we're looking for.
This roundabout project has cost more than $4 million, but city officials say it's still under budget. This construction is expected to end before Central Valley School District, their classes before they start on August 27th, because that would not be fun.
No, it would not. It's near schools. Yeah.
Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:12.
And President Trump wants to move past Jeffrey Epstein, but his own supporters won't let him. Up next, the growing rift over Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Epstein files.
And this place is going to be the place to be this evening. We'll tell you details of a free pool party at AM Cannon. That's coming up a little later here on Good Morning Northwest.
Wildfire season is here, and a spark could quickly turn into an inferno. Protect what matters most with meteorologist Matt Gray.
We're not just forecasting, we're giving you the time you need to keep your home and family safe.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on 4 News Now.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away. You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region, and you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hard dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Watch this. It's all 100% real. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with. The very real problem will disappear before your eyes and hers with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours and hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags. It works on sagging jowls, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. In just minutes, you can restore and beautify your face, even look years younger. And the look will last all day or all evening.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Prove It Plexiderm trial. You'll see why our customers describe Plexiderm with 3 words. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping. Operators are standing by.
When this happened to me, I called All-Star Auto Glass. All-Star's money stays in the Northwest. SafeLight sends money to shareholders in Europe. All-Star supports the local economy. If this happens to you, call All-Star Auto Glass.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tin Roof.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:16. President Trump is making it clear that he wants to put Jeffrey Epstein behind us, but far-right influencers refuse to move on.
And they are taking aim at Attorney General Pam Bondi over an Epstein client list that the Justice Department now says doesn't exist. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has our story.
This morning, the Trump administration pushing back against calls to fire Attorney General Pam Bondi over her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
A Justice Department report this week revealed the accused sex trafficker did not keep a secret so-called client list, seemingly contradicting Bondi's statement earlier this year that she had Epstein's list in her office.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Bondi now clarifying that statement, saying she was taken out of context.
My response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well.
The Justice Department report also confirming Epstein died by suicide. Investigators saying the conclusion that Epstein died by suicide is further supported by video footage from where Epstein was housed. But some critics raising questions about that footage, pointing to a jump in the timestamp from 11:58:59 to midnight. Bondi, when asked about the missing minute, said the videotape glitch happens every night and is not a sign of tampering. Still, some Trump loyalists not happy with these explanations.
The only other explanation that I can think of, again, maybe you've got another, is that intel services are at the very center of this story.
Elon Musk also critical, posting, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?" President Trump yesterday dismissing the speculation.
We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Elon Musk, during a previous feud with Trump, claimed the president was listed in the Epstein files, but Musk later deleted that post. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Here is a live look at our sunrise this morning. It's been up for quite a bit, and it's a little warm out there this morning.
It is a little warm out there this morning. We only just got down to the 60s in Spokane. So a warm start, but not as hot of a finish as a dry cold front moves in. And that's the key. Dry. But that front also kicking up the winds, which is what we really are concerned about today. So let's take a look at some context, because even if you don't end up with some wildfire conditions near your area, what we could see as we head into tonight and tomorrow is smoke from other wildfires burning in our region. And that brings us to Stevens County and the Hope Fire. Thanks to DNR for these new cameras that we've got out on mountaintops across the region this season. So this is Lake Roosevelt. Kettle Falls is right on the other side of this ridge here down in the valley bottom. And then you look further north of there up the Columbia River. And this is where that Hope Fire is right now. Starting to see this smoke begin to drift a little bit closer to the camera here, so drifting to the south. So you might see a smoke layer in Colville and Kettle Falls here over the next couple of hours. And notice this kind of band of clouds here that's coming in as well. This is kind of one of the heralds of the cold front that's going to be coming in later today. If we look at the satellite picture, you can see how this is moving over Okanogan County. Some mostly cloudy conditions, at least temporarily, in those areas in places like Omak. And the winds are going to come in behind that. And that is what we are concerned about today. Not just for the possibility of new fires, but also more fire activity on those big fires we've got. The Palmas Fire and the Cascades, the Hope Fire here, are going to get more active with these gusty winds in the afternoon. Now, that'll cause the smoke to rise high in the sky, out of our breathing space, and begin to send things off towards Canada. However, as the winds shift during the evening, after that front passes through, now all of a sudden that smoke starts headed back to the south again, and through the night there's a possibility some of this smoke could settle down into places like Deer Park, around Sandpoint, across Pend Oreille County. All of these areas we're going to be looking for air quality impacts by tomorrow morning. How much? We'll see. It just kind of depends on how much smoke can settle down into those valleys, but certainly another active fire day will make that a distinct possibility. And with these winds, any new fires that start have the possibility to spread extremely quickly. It is going to be much windier than yesterday, and so we need to be at least as careful as yesterday, if not much more so, because, yeah, it's going to be cooler, but not necessarily cool. Upper 80s, low 90s today. Much cooler for Thursday. Maybe one or two little isolated sprinkles with some clouds moving through. And then we're back to the 90s as we head into the weekend. So getting through today, I think, is really important when it comes to not overloading our fire crews around the region with more activity.
Yeah, they've been so busy.
That's for sure. All right, Matt, thanks.
It's 6:21.
We're still a couple months out from the start of the NFL season, but the Seahawks gave fans a little taste of what's to come. We'll have that and more. That's all coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
In over your head with the price of doing laundry these days? Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Liquid Detergent cleans 3 times more loads than premium tile detergent at the same price. Clean deep without spending deep.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
I'm 4 News Now Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. Every little bit helps when it comes to protecting our river and aquifer. Learn to be water wise.
This week's tip is really important. It's about adjusting your watering schedule. We encourage everyone to water as little as possible. And if you're watering every single day, try out an odd even watering schedule, and I bet your lawn won't even notice. For more water conservation tips, check out waterwisespokane.org.
Do your part to be water wise.
Summer's heating up, but your home doesn't have to. During Mainstream's No Sweat Summer Sales event, it's easier than ever to upgrade your comfort with the best financing offer of the year. For a limited time, enjoy 6 months, no payments, no interest on new AC systems. Stay cool, save big, worry less. Call Mainstream today or visit mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this amazing offer. Cooler air is just a click or call away. Don't sweat it. Mainstream has you covered.
Need a new garage door?
Sorry.
Give us a call today.
Welcome to Morning Sports. I'm Jack Wallace, and we're still 60 days away from toe meeting leather for the Seattle Seahawks regular season, but yesterday's media day continued their long off-season grind. And here we can see the Seattle rookies, newcomers, all familiar faces getting laced up for some fun media shots. How about that? A bald look for running back Kenneth Walker. Little Williams bust and move the cheerleaders. Nice low-angle action shots. Some quality time with blitz, too. A whole lot of fun. Seahawks beginning their preseason training camp in 14 days. That's just 2 more weeks. That'll go through the first week of preseason games.
High fly ball, deep right field. End zone back, looking up, see ya.
New York Yankees laid a hammer on the Seattle Mariners last night. They hit 3 home runs en route to a 10-3 rout. 13 Yankee hits last night, including 6 from the New York 2 through 4 batters, shelling Mariner starter Logan Gilbert. The M's now dropped to 0-9 this season when allowing double-digit runs, especially disappointing considering the Mariners just had a shutout home sweep of Pittsburgh last weekend. Game 2 between the Yankees and Mariners is coming up tonight at 4:05 p.m. That's going to wrap us up for Morning Sports. Check us out at 6 and Nightside right here on 4 News Now.
Come on, Mariners, you got this.
Let's go.
Rough one. It's now 6:25.
The death toll from Texas flood climbs to 110 people, and now officials say there are still more than 170 people missing. That's 3 times higher than previously reported. Hannah Joy is tracking the latest on the desperate search efforts. It's coming up.
And detectives searching for vandals who caused more than $12,000 in damage to a Valley Park. Investigators believe construction equipment was used to destroy a newly resurfaced basketball court at Green Acres. The search for suspects coming up. And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Maine murder mystery.
People are scared. They don't know what happened. Is someone out there? This type of homicide is very rare.
Authorities scouring this rural area of Maine east of Augusta, looking for clues about who murdered 48-year-old Sunshine Sunny Stewart. Stewart paddleboarding alone on Crawford Pond around 6 p.m. last Wednesday, but she never returned. Authorities say she was reported missing 6 hours later.
Last seen wearing a blue dry pack, a light-colored shirt. She is very experienced on the water with a paddleboard.
Her body found the next morning near what's called 100 Acre Island in the middle of the pond, accessible only by boat. The coroner ruling it a homicide. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on this urgent investigation. With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Rivers, ABC News, New York.
About 1 in 5 people with fatty liver disease have NASH, which can lead to cirrhosis.
I thought I had fatty liver disease, but it's actually NASH, and it's scarring my liver.
Rezdiffra is the first and only treatment for NASH with moderate to advanced liver scarring without cirrhosis. It works directly in the liver to help reduce scarring and reduce NASH.
Before taking, tell your doctor about liver or gallbladder problems, or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to be. Serious side effects include liver injury, gallstones, gallbladder, pancreas inflammation. Stop taking and call your doctor about tiredness, nausea, vomiting, fever, rash, jaundice, stomach pain. Tell your doctor if taking gemfibrozil, cyclosporin, clopidogrel, or statins. Side effects include diarrhea, itching, dizziness, constipation.
I have a way forward.
Ask your liver specialist to test for scarring and ask about Rezdiffra.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wonders of the World.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops.
One call, that's all means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
First, they dip into science. Then, they dip into yum. Everyone will love the combination of crunchy sticks and creamy Nutella. Nutella and go. Dip into yum.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Time right now is 6:30, and we're kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker and a couple stories that will have people talking today.
For sure. Yeah, federal officials say an imposter used an artificial intelligence to pose as Secretary of State Marco Rubio and contact both American and foreign officials. The imposter was apparently trying to gain access to information or accounts. The State Department says it's unclear who was behind the scheme, but says there was no direct attack on its systems.
Travel and Leisure has revealed its annual World's Best Awards. The #1 U.S. travel destination. It might surprise you. According to the survey, the top spot is Santa Fe, New Mexico. Travel and Leisure says its readers loved the city's cuisine and natural beauty. Santa Fe unseated Charleston, South Carolina, which held on to that spot for 12 straight years. Charleston dropped to #3, coming in just after New Orleans. Sounds like we need to book a trip to Santa Fe.
I want to go to both of those places. Yeah. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, July 9th.
Matt Gray planned my day. I love Matt Gray. He's so much fun.
Summer fun.
Well, thank you. Wow. Makes me feel good this morning. I'll tell you what. Okay, so today, upper 80s instead of mid 90s. That's going to feel pretty good as well. However, even though it's cooler, it is not necessarily cool. Still hot enough, and with some strong gusty winds today, it is another 4 News Now weather alert day. So some pretty serious fire weather conditions as we head into the afternoon again. Fire weather warnings up for eastern Washington and the North Idaho Palouse through 8 o'clock tonight. It is going to be windier than yesterday, so that's going to kind of counterbalance it being a little bit cooler than it was yesterday. So the fire danger about the same, or perhaps even a little bit more, because when you're talking about 30-mile-an-hour winds as we head towards 2 o'clock around Fairchild, Spokane International, you're talking about some winds that could make for some hairy fire weather if things were to spark up. So we got to be really, really careful. Not only will we see these very strong winds as we head into, this is about 5:30, 5:40, we're also going to see the winds shift from southwest to out of the northwest. That is always a problem, wind shifts for firefighters. So we need to be extra careful today. We'll talk more about your forecast for the afternoon and beyond coming up.
We are following breaking news out of Central Texas, where officials say this flooding has caused a lot of damage. President Trump is expected to visit Kirk County this Friday. That's where the search is on for more than 100 people who are still missing. This morning marks day 6 in the search, and Texas Governor Greg Abbott says many people were likely in the area for the 4th of July weekend. He also added they were probably staying in private homes or cabins where no one had to check them in. The missing include 22-year-old Aiden Hartfield, who was staying at his dad's vacation home for the holiday weekend. His father now frantically searching for him.
I'm just doing what a parent would do. Nothing else matters right now than to take this effort to find, my son and these other kids.
Meanwhile, there are questions about whether this area was truly prepared. Turns out Kerrville talked about a flooding warning system back in 2016, but it never happened. And just 2 days before the flood hit, the state signed off on emergency plans for Camp Mystic, where several children are still missing. Now the Department of Housing and Urban Development is stepping in. But as federal aid begins to roll out, President Trump has yet to say if this changes his plans to cut FEMA. At least 110 people have died, and the search for the missing is far from over. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, police are looking for a fire starter. Someone set multiple fires in downtown Spokane yesterday morning. There were 6 fires at 3 locations you can see here marked on this map. One of those fires damaged a home near East 3rd and South Spokane Street near the Goodwill. Investigators are now asking anyone with surveillance footage in the area of any of these fires to contact them.
And with the fire watch we are under and all the active fires we've seen recently, it's a good time to get prepared in case you do need to evacuate your home. One of the best ways to prepare is by having a go bag ready. In the bag, you should have things like a 3-day supply of non-perishable food and 3 gallons of water per person. That bag should also hold important documents like your birth certificates, passports, marriage licenses, things like that. It should also have a change of clothes and any prescriptions or special medications that you take.
Detectives are now looking for information on whoever caused an estimated $12,500 worth of damage to Green Acres Park during its renovation. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's deputies responded to a vandalism report on July 7th after a Parks and Recreation employee found damage to a recently resurfaced basketball court and a newly planted tree at the park. Investigators believe vandals used construction equipment to damage the park between 9 a.m. on July 4th and 8 a.m. on July 6th. If you have any information, you are urged to contact the Spokane Valley Police.
If you are looking to beat the heat, this is the place to be later today. A.M. Cannon Pool. Providence and Spokane Parks Foundation are holding free community pool parties throughout the month. The first one is today, again at A.M. Cannon Aquatic Center from 6:30 to 8 tonight. There'll be free swimming, hot dogs, snacks, even an ice cream truck. Entertainment includes a clown and the Spokane Mounted Patrol. Hilliard will have a party at its aquatic center July 23rd, and on Thursday, August 7th, there'll be one at the Liberty Aquatics Center.
Sounds like a fun place to be.
Yeah, free swim. It's now 6:35.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray. Yeah, a good day to get in the pool.
Yeah, great day to get in a pool after it was so hot yesterday and how hot it was overnight. I say hot because, look, we're still struggling to get below 70 in some areas. That stress, it takes that cumulative toll on your body, especially without AC. Cooler weather is on the way in your forecast. Plus, we'll talk about those fire conditions coming up.
And so to come here on Good Morning Northwest, we've been following the same 4 Walmart items for months now to track tariff impacts. A Barbie doll, a t-shirt, pineapple, and a car bulb. The price changes we found and what's still ahead. That's after the break.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Music in Manitou brings exciting South American sounds from Piazzolla's Four Seasons to Bariba Union's beatbox rhythms. July 22nd and 23rd. Tickets at nwbachfest.com.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. You're invited to a free event July 30th at the Southside Senior Activity Center. This is an emergency preparedness workshop designed to help older adults and family caregivers in Spokane County take practical steps in the event of an emergency. Come together with others and walk away with the confidence to face emergencies big or small. Connect with your neighbors, local experts, and support organizations and work together to build a safer, more resilient Spokane. Find out more and register at this website.
From urgent AC repairs to full system replacements, Bill's Heating and AC has you covered. See why thousands of local homeowners trust us for fast, honest heating and cooling services. We offer free second opinions, a lowest price guarantee, weekend service, free equipment quotes, and upfront pricing with no surprises. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and make this summer more comfortable than ever.
The Oak Ridge Boys American-made farewell tour. Celebrating 50-plus years of touring. The legendary Oak Ridge Boys. July 28th, First Interstate Center for the Arts.
Thank God for kids, there's magic.
Get tickets now at ticketswest.com. The Oak Ridge Boys American-made farewell tour.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Wildfire season is here. Protect what matters most with meteorologist Chris Crocker.
We track the winds, the humidity, the lightning, because even the smallest change can lead to disaster.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:39. And in news for your money this morning, back in April, we decided to purchase 4 everyday items from Walmart and track their prices to see if tariffs have affected their cost. We bought a Barbie doll, a plain white t-shirt, a pineapple, and a car headlight bulb. Now, last month, the Barbie rose $1.97 in price. And this month, all of the prices remain the same, except that white t-shirt, which went up by $1. But as trade deals talks continue in the White House and we wait to see if higher tariffs will be imposed by President Trump, we can't say we're in the clear just yet from our everyday products going up in price.
A consumer alert now. Recalls of more than 1 million Ram pickup trucks are being investigated by federal auto safety regulators. At issue is whether the recalls were enough to fix a flaw that could lead to the vehicles rolling away unexpectedly. The defect could cause a pickup's transmission to shift out of park without having a foot on the brake pedal or a key in the ignition. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration got 20 reports indicating previous recall repairs did not fix the problem. The agency says some people were injured. Several incidents reportedly led to a crash or a fire. The recall covers nearly 1.2 million pickups made by Ram model years 2013 through 2018.
Takeaways in your forecast: strong winds, more fire danger. It is another 4 News Now weather alert day. We will see calmer conditions and fire danger starts dropping finally tomorrow.
Summer weather could have a negative impact on your health you may not expect. An estimated 39 million Americans live with migraines, according to the American Migraine Foundation.
Excessively hot weather can bring on symptoms and trigger an attack. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a neurologist about how to avoid summer migraines and headaches.
The heat, the humidity, the changes in barometric pressure all can do a number on your brain.
That is a critical trigger for those who have migraines. It will bring on migraines. It will worsen headaches for those who suffer from underlying headache conditions.
Dr. Ahmad Estamalik with Cleveland Clinic says dehydration often happens in summer, which can bring on headaches and migraines. So the first step in helping yourself avoid them is staying fully hydrated. He says to also know your triggers so you can avoid them. Limit direct sun exposure. Have a healthy lifestyle, which includes quality sleep and not skipping meals. And stay away from food and beverages like alcohol that can cause an attack.
You want to avoid some of the food triggers that can bring on the migraines, just because you don't want to have another component or another trigger that can worsen it.
Estamalik says if you've been prescribed rescue medication, to keep it on hand in case it's needed. And he says to take it early when you feel a migraine coming on. But he warns not to take too much of these medications or over-the-counter painkillers.
If you do that for an extended period of time, say a week or 2, it can actually sometimes fire back. We call that rebound headache or medication overuse headache. And before you realize, you could be in an ongoing cycle of headache that tends to be a little bit more difficult to break at times.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And the American Migraine Foundation says to also be aware of fragrance in any of your summer products, and that includes sunscreen and insect repellent.
The organization says to look for fragrance-free items, and don't forget those sunglasses. That can help limit troubles brought on by bright light exposure.
Especially if you have light eye colors. Yeah. Sun, it's a little different.
It's now 6:42.
The TSA is ending its shoes-off rule at airports nationwide. New technology and scanners make the policy unnecessary after years of complaints. What other rules could be next? It's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Shopping for quality tires but afraid you're paying too much?
You'll find you can trust Perfection Tire for the best deals on Cooper tires and other top quality brands.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
There's magic throughout the universe. And some places have more than others. There's magic inside, everywhere. There's no place like Wonders of the World. There's magic inside.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Get real results. Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver. I came upon Russell and Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
4 News Now, brought to you by the Tire Store.
It is now 6:45. We are learning more this morning about why the TSA is ending its shoes-off rule.
And that's not the only change you could see at the airport next time you fly. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has a story.
New details this morning on why the TSA is ending its shoes-off policy at airports nationwide.
I think it surprised a lot of people that this policy has lasted for as long as it has because there's so much technology and so many different ways to screen people.
Homeland Security saying the policy change is thanks to new scanners and technology, the enforcement of Real ID, and more officers at security checkpoints. A group representing major airlines saying this will go a long way in facilitating smooth, seamless, and secure travel for passengers.
I used to hate taking off my shoes. A lot of times I don't wear socks. Definitely saves a lot of time.
Now some are questioning whether more rules should be relaxed. A New York Post editorial saying, all hail the end of TSA's idiotic shoe rule. Could toothpaste freedom be next? Homeland Security says it's now evaluating the rules surrounding liquids and the requirements on removing belts and coats. The agency saying it will test ways to further streamline the screening process.
We will be piloting several different security checkpoints across the nation at different airports that will allow individuals to come in through a security checkpoint and maybe not even have to interact with officers at all. Walk through machines, keep their bag with them, not remove laptops.
The shoes-on policy is now in effect, but Homeland Security says TSA PreCheck is still worth the money because it lets you also keep your belt and coat on and keep electronics in your bag. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And you get to go in a faster line usually.
Yeah,
so
usually.
Usually, yeah,
Keyword.
usually, yeah. Oh boy, hey, this is a live look this morning. This is A.M. Cannon Park, the Aquatic Center. We're showing this to you because they have free swim this evening, thanks to Providence and the Parks Foundation.
Nice. So fun.
6:30 to 8, free swim.
And there's going to be food and clowns and hot dogs.
All kinds of cool stuff.
A great way to cool off after what's been a hot start to the week. And we've also talked a lot about fire danger. We've got another day to deal with this. Want to show you kind of a different way because we're trying to emphasize just how dangerous is this compared to like an average day. So let's show you this. It's a complicated chart. There's a lot of things on it. I just want you to focus on what's going on inside the circle there. And for simplification's sake, we're going to call this index used by the U.S. Forest Service the Fire Weather Index because that's what it's measuring. How bad of a fire weather day is it compared to historical averages? Well, this set of lines here is computer modeling for the weather today. So we're talking about, for the Spokane area, some combination of hot, dry, windy weather that's in either at least the top 10% in this orange color, or perhaps even as high as the top 5% of all hot, dry, windy days for this point in early July. That is why we are really emphasizing so much how careful you need to be today with the strong winds and the cooler but not necessarily cool weather compared to yesterday. And that's why those fire weather warnings are in place, and why today is another 4 News Now weather alert day. We have got to be extremely careful because we're going to be looking at strong and erratic winds through the afternoon with these temperatures, which once again, cooler than yesterday, but not necessarily cool. A lot of places going to still be flirting with 90 degrees or getting up into the low 90s for the afternoon. And as we get into the afternoon, that hottest part of the day, those winds are going to be at their strongest as well, and shifting as well from out of the southwest to out of the northwest. Wind shifts are huge problems for firefighters. So you're talking about strong winds and erratic winds on top of the heat. All those things coming together for an afternoon. We have to be extremely, extremely careful. And if you're near one of these big fires, making sure that you're aware of what's happening and that you're listening and have a way to make sure that you're getting messages from emergency officials. Here is smoke. This is going to be something we're going to be talking about as well, as we see smoke move off into Canada from the Hope Fire, smoke around Okanagan County from the Palmas Fire, darkening skies in those areas this afternoon as the winds pick up and those fires get active. And then that smoke starting to drift back towards Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, with the potential for air quality to be a little bit lowered by the time we get to tomorrow morning. Your 7-day forecast coming up in a little bit after the morning sprint.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship. Made for your home. Made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture. Only at the Tin Roof.
We invite you to Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together. As the area's only non-smoking casino, we're proud to be the place that treats you right. Stay and play. Enjoy live table games, your favorite gaming machines, and bet on your favorite players and sports with Caesars Sportsbook. Check out our event space for your next special gathering. We're located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah. Plan your visit today at Missisquoi.com.
Country Financial has been helping protect lives and livelihoods since 1925. Here with advice on better managing risk is a Country Financial representative.
Insurance is one of those things that's indispensable, but something you never hope to use because it means something has gone wrong. Inevitably, accidents happen, and in these cases, here are a few tips for what to do to get the most out of your insurance and claims experience. First, contact your agent and claims representative. You can email or call, and most insurance companies allow you to file a claim via app or website. Share as much information as possible. It specifically helps a claims representative have all the facts and work through the situation quickly and effectively. If you have an accident at home, make sure you have a home inventory cataloging all the items that have been damaged or lost. Also take steps to prevent further damage. By doing these things, you'll be able to get back to normal a whole lot sooner.
For more information, visit countryfinancial.com.
Music in Manitou brings exciting South American sounds from Piazzolla's Four Seasons to Bariba Union's beatbox rhythms. July 22nd and 23rd. Tickets at nwbachfest.com.
Crafted here, built to last. Solid American craftsmanship. Made for your home. Made for life. Now for a limited time, save 30% on all American-made furniture. Only at the Tin Roof.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday with the Morning Sprint.
It is a weather alert day. We got meteorologist Matt Gray helping you stay safe to plan your day.
And we are following updates on several fires burning in our area. Hannah Joy has an update on one forcing people from their homes near Kettle Falls.
But first, new on Good Morning Northwest, a woman drove her car off a cliff in Okanogan County and died. According to the Washington State Patrol, 62-year-old Tamara Haring was traveling west on State Route 20 near Liberty Bell Mountain yesterday afternoon. Her car left the road, continuing off a cliff and then tumbling 450 feet below the road, catching fire. Haring died at the scene. WSP is now trying to figure out what exactly caused her to crash.
It is a 4 News Now weather alert day. More fire weather warnings in effect across eastern Washington and in the Idaho Palouse for this afternoon through 8 p.m. The primary culprit here is going to be strong winds. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s this morning. It's going to feel very, very warm. As we head into the afternoon, expect temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s. Not nearly as warm as yesterday, but definitely warm enough to where we could see more erratic fire behavior. Be careful out.
Our fire watch coverage following developments and several fires burning around the area. On the banks of the Spokane River near Spokane Falls Community College, a fire yesterday forced evacuations from homes and businesses. Spokane Fire says at least 4 brush fires started around 2:30. They believe it was arson. Crews, including Fire District 10 and Spokane Police, battled the flames by air and land using a helicopter to scoop water from the river. Evacuations were lifted by about 5:20.
We are following breaking news out of Stevens County, where the Hope Fire is burning just north of Kettle Falls. It has now scorched more than 3,200 acres. That's about 5 square miles, and it's getting dangerously close to homes. People living in the area are under level 2 and 3 evacuations. Some people have been told to get out now, while others need to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. State crews were called in last night to help, and today's red flag warning, hot, dry, and windy, is making things even tougher. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
All evacuation orders have now been lifted for the Aubrey White fire that's burning in Riverside State Park. It's been burning since Sunday. Trail access between the Morin and Wilbur trails remain closed, and the equestrian campgrounds will stay shut until at least tomorrow. The Bull and Pitcher campground is now back open. Park officials are still assessing the damage, and the cause is under investigation.
With the fire watch we are under and all the active fires we've seen recently, it's a good time to get prepared in case you do need to leave your home for evacuations. One of the best ways to do that is by having a go bag ready. In the bag, you should have 3-day supply of non-perishable food and 3 gallons of water per person. It should also hold your important documents like birth certificates, passports, and a marriage license. It should also have a change of clothes and your prescriptions or special medications.
Rescue workers in Texas now say far more people are missing than previously thought in those deadly 4th of July floods. President Trump plans to visit Texas on Friday. Other officials who have flown over the flood zone have described miles and miles of devastation, and in it, 173 people are still missing. For updates on how local officials in Texas are responding, you can tune in to Good Morning America.
Crews are back at work on a Spokane Valley roundabout at 16th and Bowdish, where neighbors say crashes and speeding have been a constant issue. Several fixes have already been made, and the city hopes this round will improve safety. The project's cost is over $4 million, but still apparently under budget. This construction is expected to end before the Central Valley School District classes begin on August 27th.
Police are now looking for a fire starter. Someone set multiple fires in downtown Spokane yesterday morning. There were 6 fires at 3 locations you can see all marked on this map. One of those fires damaged a home near East 3rd and South Spokane Street near the Goodwill. Investigators are asking anyone with surveillance footage of the area of any of these fires to contact them.
The U.S. Forest Service says the Canfield Mountain area in Coeur d'Alene is back open after a man set a wildfire to ambush firefighters. The Forest Service says that while the Nettleton Gulch fire is fully contained, firefighters will still be in the area working on suppression.
Now, during that ambush, 2 firefighters died and another was critically injured. John Morrison and Frank Harwood's celebration of life will be later this week. And while they will be closed to the public, the community can still get involved. If you'd like to honor these fallen heroes, you can line the procession route. The first starts tomorrow, Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning, leaving the English Funeral Home. Thursday's procession will honor John Morrison, and Fridays will be for Frank Harwood.
And we'll be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray right after this break.
For News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve. Don't let big insurance get ahead of you.
Our team acts quickly to handle everything for you, so you don't have to worry about a thing.
After my recent accident, I knew I needed help, so I called Craig Swap and Associates. They really fought for me and treated me fairly every step of the way.
Don't wait. Call Craig Swap and Associates today and let us handle it for you. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Now the sun is shining, a little bit more cloud cover today. It's going to help us avoid the mid-90s in many areas, but today is still a 4 News Now weather alert day as a cold front comes through and really cranks up the winds this afternoon. It is another afternoon where we have to be extremely careful if we're doing anything outside, and that when we see smoke, we're calling it in very quickly. Much cooler weather for Thursday. We're back in the 90s over the weekend.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
And we'll see you throughout the morning on Good Morning America. It starts coming up in just a bit.